back, you guys. I've been wanting to do this for such a long time. You guys requested it. You guys want to see how I cook. What do I do? What ingredients do I use? What is the process? Today I'll be making RASTA pasta. And I kid you not, it's the first time I'm making RASTA pasta. So first things first. My pot is over there boiling with water for our penne pasta. I will be using the entire bag because, yeah, I'm excited to try this. So first what we want to do is get your meat of choice. What I'm using is chicken breast. So I am going to now chop it up. We want to make sure that whatever meat we choose, we want to have it marinate for a bit. I literally just got back from the grocery store. So if you have the chance and you already have your meat prepared from earlier in the day to have the meat marinate a little, that's the best thing to do. It'll taste better. Every time you marinate your food, just have it sit in the seasonings and all the spices. Taste better. I will be using sweet peppers, preferably yellow, red, and green, chicken breast, penne pasta, whipping cream or heavy cream, browning, jerk seasoning, coconut milk, thyme, green onion, paprika, parsley flakes, Caribbean spice, and roasted garlic. You want to make sure that you have your jerk seasoning. That is the main ingredient. You can also substitute the chicken for shrimp, veggies, anything. For your pasta, use any pasta. But for today, I'll be using chicken breast and penne pasta. First thing I'm going to do is get my big pot, fill it with water, and bring that to a boil. Of course, you want to add some salt to give your noodles some flavor. Okay. This is very important. You guys clean your chicken. Clean your chicken. If you see fat on it, take it off. We don't want to be eating the fat. Ew. Clean your chicken. Also, what I mean by cleaning your chicken, get you some vinegar and dilute it with some water. You could also use lime to clean off your chicken and just rub it all around and stuff. Okay, so I just put the chicken in the water and the vinegar about 5 minutes ago. And now I'm going to rinse it off with water, and then begin with the marinating process. So now that our pot has come to a boil, we want to just throw the pasta in there. All of it? Yeah, why not? And just mix around the pasta a bit so that it doesn't stick into the... A wise man once told me not to add oil because then the sauce will kind of run off the oil, and it's kind of true. Like, the sauce sticks better on the pasta when you don't put oil in the pot. So I haven't been doing that. Whoever does that, you can still do that, to each his own, but this is how I do it. Another thing, guys, don't judge me how I'm making this RASTA pasta. To each his own. You can give me tips. If you think I'm doing it wrong, tell me what's the right way. What's your way? Comment down below. Let me know how you guys make your RASTA pasta. Or if you're going to try this recipe, let me know how it turns out. So now I'm going to move on to the chicken while the pasta is boiling, just so that we can get the marination in there. Is marination a word? Anyway. Smells so good. I don't want to put too much because my daughter and my boyfriend don't really eat much spice, but I'm using the Cool Runnings Jamaican seasoning. The chicken breast, actually, yeah. Sometimes when it's too like fat, I just slice it right down the middle so that it could be 2 slices, because it's not gonna cook all the way through if it's that thick. So I just take some of that off to make the meat thinner. This one is okay. I'll just slice here just so we can open it up a bit more. You see me? That's a little trick you could do. You see that? Flatten it out. But again, if it's too thick, just slice it right down the middle, and then it's better that way. Now I'm going to take some of my Caribbean spice and roasted garlic seasoning And just lightly, I'm not gonna put too much because the jerk seasoning already has a lot of seasoning in it. And I want the jerk seasoning to be the main flavor. But you know, some I have to season up my chicken, so I have to use this. Yeah. Oh, garlic powder. Put a little garlic powder on there too. Make sure your hands are washed because, or you can use gloves. Me, just use my hand. And rub the chicken. Don't be scared to get all in there. We want it to really be flavorful. And this is a very flavorful pasta. So, yeah. Like I said, don't judge me on how I'm doing this. If you have your own way on how you do it, that's great. So now I'm gonna take the jerk seasoning and slap it on the chicken. Whew, it smells so good. I'm not gonna use my hands because it's just not good to touch pepper with your bare hand. And knowing me, I'm the type of person to rub my eyes after. And then my eyes go and burn me. I don't want that to happen. So, just gonna slap the jerk sauce all over. And again, I'm not gonna use too much only because my daughter and my boyfriend don't eat that much spice. Once again, you can tweak this recipe as much as you want to. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. As long as your food is cooked through and you season up your thing and you cook it for the right amount of time, you should be good. You should be Gucci. Okay, so I'm gonna let this marinate in a container over here just so that the flavor can really seep into the chicken. And I will do that until my vegetables are ready. We're not done with the jerk seasoning yet. I wanna add some more into the pasta, well, into my share. Browning is very, very strong, okay? Your chicken will turn black, literally. So I put it in a spoon just so I can control it. And then, you know, put little drops here and there and rub it in. And I love browning. Like, I hate cooking without it. When I realize I'm running out of browning, I panic. I make sure that I always have browning because this just brings out the flavor to your food in everything I do. Stewed chicken, lobster, salmon, literally everything I make, I put some browning in it. And it could be used for so many different things. Like, people use it for cakes. But I love browning on my chicken. It just tastes so good and it gives it that color. Just meat overall, it's really great. Especially like blackened chicken or whatever, this is what you want to use. So yeah, just put little brown in, rub it in. Make sure it's rubbed in properly. And then we let that marinate. By the way, the pasta, I like to cook it al dente or al dente, whatever, how you call it. And that's for 15 minutes. I don't like when my pasta is too soft. I actually hate when my pasta is soft. I can't eat it. It has to be just right. So, like right before it gets soft. So yeah, we'll let that marinate. You could put the browning away as we're done with it and let the chicken sit. In the meantime, we want to cut up our peppers. So I'll be using yellow, green, and red peppers. Our pasta looks about ready. It's been 15 minutes. I put it in at 6:30 and now it's 6:46. So I'm going to turn off the stove and run some cold water on the pasta so that it doesn't stick. So here what I did, I put some vegetable oil in this frying pan. And then I'm just gonna put the first piece in. Another thing that we want to do is poke holes in the chicken so that it could cook through. Are you gonna help me today, Soleil?
But I have to be careful little bunny.
Exactly.
So I have to go on the side.
Exactly.
Not in front of the stove.
Exactly.
Because there's fire.
Exactly. Good girl.
Hi. I'm helping Mama stay.
So I usually just poke holes in the chicken so that it can cook through. Cover up the pot for maybe 5 minutes. I have the pot on medium heat just for one side to cook. Then we're gonna flip it after maybe 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna keep flipping it until it's golden brown.
Yeah,
Next step. So what I have here is vegetable seasoning. I love using this seasoning, especially if I'm just going to steam veggies or saute veggies by itself, which I'm trying to get in the habit of eating more veggies instead of more meat and stuff like that, trying to cut meat out eventually. So just gonna put some of the seasoning on the bell peppers just to give it some extra flavor. All right, mix that all in. And now we're gonna head over to my wok here because this is where we're gonna put all of the pasta. And now I'm gonna put some olive oil in the pot. We're gonna saute green onion. And I have the stove on low because I don't want it to burn. And this is a gas stove, so the heat is intense. So I'm just gonna cut the green onion like so. All right, now I'm going to add some garlic. And now I love garlic in my food. It gives it such a nice flavor. And now with this, I'm gonna turn it up a bit. I'm going to add a little bit more jerk seasoning, just to give this some more flavor while I'm sauteing. Just a little bit. Flavorful with the onion, the garlic, and the jerk seasoning. So we just mix it all up. Make sure that the onions are coated with the seasoning. All right, so we'll let that simmer for a bit. So I have some fresh thyme. Just gonna add it in there. Mix all of that again. With the stove on low. You wanna make sure that your stove is on low so it doesn't burn. Now that this is all sauteed, I'm gonna add the bell peppers. Voila, saute all of this together. And now that the bell peppers are in, I can put the stove higher. So I'm gonna put it on medium heat. One thing that I've decided to do right now is I'm gonna use a piece of this chicken and put it in just to give it some more flavor. So I've diced up some of the chicken just to give this some extra flavor. Now I'm going to add the whipping cream. Now I'm just gonna add a little bit of paprika. Oh, dang. You know what? I'll just mix it in. So we have some of the whipping cream in. Now I'm going to add coconut milk. Now for the fun part, we're gonna add our noodles. So what I did, I diced some more chicken, put it in the pasta because I want to make a lot. I love pasta. I still have some fresh pasta here. I may or may not add some more. I don't think I'm going to. But now I've added more cream as I went along, and I added more jerk sauce. The more pasta you add in, you have to add more seasoning to it, because then the more bland pasta you add, the more bland your pasta is going to taste. So as I kept adding in the pasta and the chicken, I just put more salt, more pepper, more of the cream and coconut milk, and more of the jerk sauce. So now you can use any cheese. It's recommended that you use Parmesan cheese, but it doesn't matter, and I don't have Parmesan cheese, so I'm using marble cheese, which is also my favorite. Marble cheese just tastes good in anything. So I'm grating it onto the pasta, and this is gonna give it a nice texture. The pasta is already creamy, and this is just gonna add to it, and it's gonna thicken up the pasta as well as it melts. Okay, and once you're done, once you grated the desired amount of cheese you want in your pasta, you can stir it up. If you obviously see that you want more, you add more. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stir. So now you can see the cheese is melting. It's getting really nice and cheesy. I don't think I want to add any more cheese. Also because we're trying to reduce on dairy. I think that's enough cream and cheese. And coconut milk. I can't wait to taste this. So for the chicken, I still have it on low because I don't want it to get cold. Now for the finishing touch, I'm just gonna add some parsley flakes on top for some garnish. And then I've cut up the chicken breast into slices.
And Jesus name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Time to dig in. I am so excited.
Me too.
Try it.
Try it, Soleil. Tell me how it tastes. Yummy?
My tongue is a little bit papa.
What do you think, Papa? It's yummy? Yay! Now my turn to try.
Why?
Mmm.
Do you
Mm-mm.
have the space?
Mmm. Mmm. Mm-mm.
Space.
The food tastes so good. I want you guys to let me know if you're gonna try the recipe. How did it turn out? Did it taste good? Was it too peppery? Was it not peppery enough? Let me know. It tastes so good. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know if you want to see more cooking videos.